myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are talking about one topic, that is currencies topic, currencies dependency. In this basically we are talking about one topic, that is generation. That is basically the ideas. In ideas basically we are talking about one topic, that is uh, global warming error. In this basically we are talking about the solution, that is 12th number, that is cities basically creation. In this basically we are talking about one topic, that is related to visa basically. In visa basically one topic is there, that is for example, one normal person is applying for visa, and one god family basically, family member basically, and basically those family member who know the god family, they applies for visa. Then here basically the normal person will get the priority last basically. First this family and the connected people basically will get the visa basically. So this all here also basically the visa basically connects like this basically. Then basically the visa process connects to the industry, like for example, one person's father basically is a professor, right? And he basically handles the demand supply of the particular city. So he basically writes according to that the demand supply basically happens. So whatever demand supply basically was done in the period of that person basically, that professor, whatever profit and loss basically has happened, according to that basically his son or basically his reference group basically will get the visa. So here basically the priority changes basically. The normal person is doing the applying the visa. There basically the visa priority gets changed basically. So here the visa priority gets changed basically. So it's very dangerous basically. The visa process is also very dangerous basically. So now assume that basically the person basically who is applying for the visa, assume that person basically is applying for the visa at assume that he applied for visa 2 3 days before basically. When he applied basically, that time basically suddenly basically the country basically got some earthquakes at that time only basically, that time period only. That time basically his visa gets delayed basically. That type of things basically parameter also basically there basically. That up to that depth level basically the visa basically process basically are connected basically. And reason behind it might be some energy level conflict basically, because whenever you are applying for visa, your energy basically are merged with the current environment energy basically, that is the country energy. That time basically the it's checked basically that visa, that particular visa person basically is going to apply for the visa, is he going to get some, is due to his energy basically it's going to happen something in the country basically. So that happens in the form of earthquakes basically. And that basically the power company and energy company basically handles that basically, and that is basically handles from the website basically. And that process is also basically there, that also affects the visa process basically. So just see basically up to the what level visa process basically are connected basically. One single person is applying for visa, applied visa, that time basically his energy basically are taken with the help of the passport number and the Aadhaar card number. His data basically are checked in the power company, and then basically the data are placed in the live environment basically. That time basically it's checked basically, so anything is basically getting effect or not basically. If it's getting effect, then basically they will not give the visa basically. So whatever people basically who are applying for visa, for example H1B visa, uh, 5 lakh people basically applied. So from 5 lakh basically 1 lakh people only basically got the visa. So their 1 lakh data basically is circulated in the environment also basically, and in the nuclear power plant also, and the energy company also, and the power company also, then only basically he gets the visa. It's not like that basically directly gets the visa. It's not like that basically directly gets the visa. So just see basically up to the level basically things basically are connected. So you can just imagine the level the things basically are connected basically. For example, I will take one example. Assume that basically just now basically I applied for visa in Italy or basically California. That time basically my data basically gets compared to the environment basically. That time only basically, if the visa basically, if the environment basically is getting some problem basically, then I will not get the visa basically. So that 1 lakh people basically data is basically was circulated in the environment, and they basically cleared the environment basically data, then only basically they got the H1B visa basically. So it's very dangerous basically. So visa process are connected up to the depth level basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about the visa process and the city creation process. So like this also basically the cities basically are created. Up to what level basically the city is created. For example, America got one visa. Sorry, applied for Americans basically got the 1 lakh applicant visa. They basically given the visa. So at that time basically whenever they are going to come, before the 1 lakh applicant basically got the visa, they basically checks the data basically for where basically from this 1 lakh visa basically people basically energy basically where we can use. So they compares each and every data basically where they have basically human needs, whatever human needs, energies, each and every stuff basically they checks the data, and then basically they say that basically here basically all the area basically he fits for the processing basically, then only basically he gets the visa basically. It's not like that basically he's getting the visa directly. So the 4 lakh people basically whose visa basically was rejected, the reason was that data basically was not suiting in the environment also, and that data was not suiting in the human needs purpose also basically. That's why basically they got the rejection of the visa basically. So just see up to what depth level basically the visa process is also connected. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about the visa process and the city creation process, and the topic basically which is ongoing is currencies, and in currency basically the idea process, and the idea equal to global warming basically.